Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging beneath the surface of a city everyone thinks they know, New York. We're going to peel back the layers of concrete and time to get to the secrets that really built the world's most famous metropolis.
So, to get started, we're going to begin with the most fascinating layer of all, the one that's built out of stories, legends, and, yeah, a whole lot of myths. You know, we all see the skyscrapers, the bright lights, but what's really holding it all up? What are the foundational secrets, the betrayals, the incredible innovations hidden just beneath our feet? This place isn't just a city, it's like a living, breathing archaeological site, layered with centuries of pure ambition. I mean, with over 400 years of history, these streets are practically imprinted with stories. Some are about triumph, others are about tragedy, and some people say the city's long memory literally haunts its oldest corners. Stories like this one, I mean, come on, a bankrupt actor who sold his own head to science and now wanders around headless, they're our way in. They make you ask, what other crazy histories are buried right under the surface? And really, the only way to understand a city that's constantly rewriting its own story is to see it as a palimpsest.
So, what is a palimpsest? Well, it's the perfect metaphor for New York. Think of it like an old manuscript that's been written on, erased, and then written on again, but you can still see faint traces of the original writing underneath. That's New York. We're going to excavate 3 of these foundational layers, starting with the one that, believe it or not, really defines the city's entire character. Okay, this first layer reveals a kind of secret inheritance. You see, it's a huge misconception that New York is fundamentally an English or American creation. The truth is, its core identity, its actual DNA, is Dutch. The city's founding story kicks off with this massive, fundamental misunderstanding. For the Lenape people who'd lived here for thousands of years, the deal in 1626 was probably seen as a treaty to share the land. But for the Dutch, they came with a totally different European concept of property. For them, it was a straight-up purchase. So let's talk about the price tag. We've all heard the myth, right? That Manhattan was bought for just 24 bucks in beads. Well, the only actual evidence from the time is a letter from 1626, and it records the price as 60 guilders. So what's that worth today? Well, it's estimated to be around $1,143. Now, yeah, that's still an absolutely unbelievable bargain, but here's the most important part. It happened as a commercial transaction, not a military conquest. That single act established a city built on deals, not on decrees. When the Dutch arrived, it's like they unpacked their cultural suitcases, and what was inside became New York's DNA. This wasn't Puritan Boston, all focused on religious purity. Nope, this was New Amsterdam, a corporate-run, multi-ethnic, commercially driven town defined by a very practical tolerance that was just plain necessary for business. Okay, now let's dig a layer deeper. We're going underground into the literal and, figurative networks of secrecy that allowed the city to survive and, eventually, to thrive. During the Revolutionary War, New York was actually the British headquarters, which made it the most dangerous place in America for a patriot. So, to get information out to George Washington, his Culper-Spiring used this really sophisticated code. New York City itself became a number, 727. It was a city of secrets, communicating in whispers. Now let's fast forward to the 20th century. When the city opened its very first subway, the City Hall station was designed to be its jewel in the crown. I mean, a breathtaking symbol of civic pride. So why on earth was this magnificent station just abandoned? Well, it turns out its best feature was also its fatal flaw. That elegant curve that made it so beautiful also created these dangerously wide gaps for the newer, longer trains. So it became an impractical relic, a perfectly preserved secret hiding in plain sight, basically a ghost on the 6th line. And the secrecy goes even deeper. Right below the Waldorf Astoria Hotel lies Track 61, a secret railway siding. President Franklin D. Roosevelt used it to discreetly get into the hotel directly from his train, concealing his struggle with polio from the press and the public eye. For a third layer, we're excavating the architecture of money and power. We're uncovering the secret agreements that built not just Wall Street, but the city's iconic skyline itself. You know, the New York Stock Exchange wasn't founded in some grand hall. It started with a secret pact between 24 brokers under a buttonwood tree back in 1792.
They agreed on two simple rules that basically created a private club, stabilizing a super chaotic market and laying the groundwork for Wall Street's total dominance.
This explosion of financial power fueled a literal race to the sky. Becoming the world's tallest building wasn't just about height, it was the ultimate corporate advertisement, a battle for prestige fought with steel and stone. I mean, look at this timeline. In just 30 years, the record height more than doubled, all within a few blocks of Wall Street.
And get this, the Woolworth building, Frank W. Woolworth, the five and dime store guy, paid the entire $13.5 million construction cost in cash. It was the ultimate monument to the insane new wealth being generated by the city's engine of capital. So let's come back up to the surface. Now we can really see how all these hidden layers, the Dutch blueprint of commerce, the subterranean secrets of survival, and that engine of capital are still visible, still shaping the city we see today.
That original Dutch tolerance, the one born out of a need for commerce, it created the most diverse city on Earth. Today, it's estimated that over 800 languages are spoken in New York City. That's more than anywhere else in the world, and it's a direct legacy of its founding principles. And the final proof? It's right there on the city's flag. For years, it showed the date 1664, which is when the English took over. But in the 1970s, that was changed to 1625, a conscious choice to recognize its true Dutch origins. So in the end, New York isn't just one city. It's a stack of cities, built one right on top of the other, and all those layers are constantly interacting. The Gilded Age engine of capital is still fueling a race for the sky, paving over the subterranean secrets of its past, all while running on that original Dutch programming of relentless commerce. Every layer is still here, actively shaping the present. This constant rewriting is the city's defining trait. So the question isn't just about what's being built, but also what's being buried. What new blueprint, what new secrets, what new engine of power is defining the layer that we are all creating right now?